Digital pathways can empower the youth towards making a difference with just a click. This means that by harnessing digital transformation and technology, young people can drive sustainable development while promoting digital solutions and innovations. Social mobilization and movement building is another powerful strategy the youth can adopt to mobilize social movements, driving collective action for sustainable development. The social media is fundamentally a platform for fostering partnerships and collaborations across sectors, generations, and locations. Welcome to 30 Minutes on NTA News 24. We're X-raying Youth Digital Pathway for Sustainable Development. I'm Lydia Sampson. The curtain raiser from Steve Nwokolo focuses on how the social media, if used positively, can empower young people who are the future leaders and change makers to leverage digital technologies for sustainable development. He also got suggestions on how the Clicks to Progress initiative promotes digital inclusion. Stephen Nwokolo, it's over to you.
Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development refers to the ways young people can use digital tools and technologies to drive social change and contribute to sustainable development in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. This involves empowerment of youths in the various aspects of human endeavor. Therefore, young people can also use social media platforms to raise awareness about social and environmental issues, mobilize communities, and advocate for change across the various sectors. Niro Oyekale is a digital technology expert, and he is of the view that youths should have access to the necessary digital tools and skills, as they are crucial for them to participate in the digital economy and contribute to sustainable development of the overall economy and the societies.
At this moment, we've not officially integrated digital literacy into any level of education system in Nigeria. And that is one thing I think this government should hurriedly do if actually they want to impact on the youth of Nigeria during this administration tenure in office. So how can we leverage on it? Training, that's simply training. So we'll now be talking of what kind of training? We should be talking of versatile IT education, right? Versatile IT education, that's what we should be talking about now. So what is versatile IT education? This is IT education that is all-encompassing, right? That has all the components it's supposed to have. Building is not just an easy thing. You need to start from the foundation. So what is the foundation of building the capacity of a Nigerian youth? First of all, you start by, conducting a baseline or establishing its proficiency or a proficiency in digital literacy. This is not a common thing, right? We cannot continue to live a life of Alice in the wilderness, where Alice doesn't know where she's heading to, right? But before you train on anybody, we should have that common sense of a teacher. A teacher will first of all measure the entry behavior of a student before starting or teaching. That is a common thing any teacher will do. If that teacher wants to actually achieve the objectives of that lesson. So what am I trying to say is that we first of all established benchmark that person, so that by the time you now impact a skill, right, you make that person, you benchmark that person again with the tool you use to benchmark that person initially. Then so that you will be able to confirm that knowledge or capacity value has been added.
The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Technology Management, NACETEM, Olusola Odusoya, says leveraging on digital technologies such as mobile apps and engaging in training youths can address various challenges in sectors like education, healthcare, agriculture, and climate actions, while pointing out that digital platforms will enable youths to collaborate, share knowledge and innovation that can lead to transformative social change.
Because oil and gas is dwindling, our resources are finite, and they will begin to dwindle. But agriculture is renewing itself. and it's giving us opportunity to create new products and services. These products, if they are exports based, will earn us foreign exchange, will settle the economy, and the money comes and keeps the economy circular. We have sugar economy, we have the rubber economy, we have the cotton economy, we have the cocoa economy. And by the time you start looking at some of these products as things that lead to industrialization, that will amass a large number of people that will get into the primary production set, that is agriculture, you will now realize that we have been sitting on a gold mine. And that gold mine is on the back of young people who are agile, ready to work, and ready to engage the rest of the world with their skills.
A media manager, Jagden Alpha, lends credence to youths taking advantage of the digital pathways to connect with peers, mentors, and experts globally, which he says will foster a collaborative environment for learning and problem solving, adding that the digital economy offers new opportunities for young entrepreneurs to create innovative solutions to local and global challenges while contributing to economic growth and job creation.
Well, access to digital tools, those tools are there. What are these digital tools? As I did mention earlier, is the internet. And of course, your Android phones. Any phone that is internet enabled, it must not be the most expensive. I mean, it shouldn't be the most expensive. As far as you have an Android phone or an internet enabled phone. But for me, what that question would have been is data accessibility. I know a lot of the youths that could have done so much in that space are hampered by the cost of data. You and I know what the economy is like today. You and I know and hope that the economy gets better. But here we are talking about the economy. We are talking about politics. We are talking about social themes in life. But there is something that is fulcrumed around how same can be addressed: data accessibility. I hope we will get to a point where data is literally free, most especially for the Nigerian youth.
Experts in the management of digital technology are emphatic that the youth should embrace the federal government's agenda of ensuring digital literacy by 2027, stressing that digital technologies have the potential to drive positive change.
Nigerian Welders Association, Nigerian Welders Union, and all the unions that are available. But what we are offering them is something we call bread and butter skills that will enable them to move across the world. Now, you also mentioned, do we teach welding digitally? No. You have to weld. You have to have an idea of the different kinds of metals. You also have to have an idea of the kind of welding filaments you are going to use. And how do you manage the air around your welding environment? And how do you do the safety aspects, of welding? And, all the categories of welding are now covered under that. The same thing with ICT. If you look behind me, we have this ICT training platform. We have 5 certificates that will come when you engage in this training: basic digital literacy, basic communication skills, entrepreneurship for small businesses. Then you can now choose an array of ICT specific competencies or job specific competencies like Autodesk, Adobe, Intuitive QuickBooks for accountants and all of that, so that you now arrogate your primary training to become ICT oriented and therefore ready for the industrial revolution. So if you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you may want to benefit from this. So we try to bring this together with the National Youth Service Scheme, so that the participants can benefit from these kind of skills to sharpen their knowledge. We are also trying to talk to universities so that the CCMAS will also include this as a 30% offering that universities will offer.
Internet, they say, has revolutionized global connectivity and enabling youth to share ideas, collaborate across borders, as well as learning from one another.
The IT end, to pick one that will support maybe the AutoCAD, Revit architecture, 3D Mass Maya, Fusion 3D and Inventor. As a media person, I'm in NTA working. I want to work here, right? So apart from these 3, I need to now look at one from the IT end that will support Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Premiere Pro, Flash, Driver, and so on and so forth. For accountants, you go for QuickBooks, you look at the one that will support. For a teacher needs 7 things. 1, digital literacy, the IC3 standard, 1. Then 21st century learning design, the Make Code, the Minecraft, the OneNote, Microsoft 365, and Windows. A teacher will now look at the IT end and pick one that will support teaching.
Digital technology, if properly integrated, can be a powerful tool for promoting genuine entrepreneurship, innovation, and economic growth.
You can be the very best of yourself in spite of what is right, in spite of what is wrong. You can sit down, create a niche for yourself, and say, this is what I want to achieve. But all we need to do is put it to best practice, put it to global best practices, and the sky can be our limit. I look forward to it being that, Nigeria will be the solution of the world. Come on, man, Steve, I will happy. It's nothing, it's not space, it's not rocket science. And even if it is rocket science, I can assure you, given the enabling environment, there's nothing the Nigerian youth cannot achieve. What all the Nigerian youth needs to do is to have confidence in himself. Yes, everybody wants to tap out, and most people want to tap out, but I don't think that lies the solution. Therein lies the solution. My clearing call is there's so much we can do at home, there's so much we can start with, and in no distant future, I can assure you, Nigeria will have a spot as far as digital technology is concerned.
It is a consensus that harnessing the power of digital technologies, youths can drive sustainable development, foster innovation, and contribute to a more equitable and just world.
Thank you, Stephen. Good to know the positive impact of clicking the right button and the right message on social media. Now, our second feature by Thomas Ogbetere is looking into the negative use of social media by the youth and how it can ultimately hinder development. The report identifies consequences such as misinformation and disinformation, how spreading false information through social media can lead to confusion, mistrust, and poor decision-making. Thomas is also bringing us up to speed on how social media addiction can negatively impact productivity, relationships, and overall well-being.
Social media has become an essential part of modern society and livelihood, offering us an easy way to communicate with others, connect with new people, and share information, ideas, and even opinions and values. However, it has also been observed that social media, if not properly handled, has many negative effects on society. These include cyberbullying, spread of misinformation, addiction, decline in face-to-face communication, escalation of conflicts, and many others. 22-year-old Zuwaria Garuba, a graduate of mass communication from Nasarawa State University, believes social media addiction is a real problem that many people are facing, noting that with easy access to social media apps, people tend to spend a lot of time online, often ignoring their real-life responsibilities. The addiction, she says, can lead to lack of productivity, depression, and anxiety.
Social media really affects the mental health because you will always be on social media morning, afternoon, and night, and you won't have time to get sleep, and by the end of the day you'll be restless. You won't even have enough sleep. You want to do some other things, but then because of how you didn't sleep at night or the other days, your days will be short, and then you will not be able to do anything at the end of the day, and you are just tired and restless. You will not be able to do that particular thing. That's how you keep procrastinating, and at the end of the day, you won't do what you want to do.
On the other hand, 23-year-old Rahama Jibril, who is a graduate of English and Literary Studies from the University of Abuja, is quick to add that social media has enabled individuals, especially youths, to harass and bully others online. Cyberbullies can harass people without facing any consequences. The victims of cyberbullying, she says, experience severe emotional stress, low self-esteem. They added that social media often portrays and idealize unrealistic version of people's lives, leading to feelings of inadequacy, with people comparing their lives with others and become dissatisfied with their own, leading to lack of confidence.
Sometimes people tend to compare themselves to their favorite influencer or someone they like on social media that they are following, and they tend to copy certain lifestyles from such people because they feel their life is perfect, they don't have any issues, everything is going well, even in terms of material and financial independence, due to a lot of pressure to attaining certain things, at a certain age, houses, cars, material things. And people put pressure on themselves to acquire such things, making them not appreciate the normal life that they have because they feel they have to get certain things at a certain age or at a certain time because such influencer or such person they're following on social media has such things without knowing the true life of those people. The fact that they show themselves on social media doesn't mean they're showing you every aspect of their life.
You see influencers that have millions of followers and nobody wants to really put their bad days on social media. Everybody wants to put their good days or the days where they are celebrated or where they look beautiful and fine and all. So when they keep putting that, their followers and their fans have that idea of this is their everyday life or this is how they live or they are living the best life. So most people, young people especially, get pressured to achieve that standard that they have. And social media is not real life. That is just the truth. What is on social media is never what is on real life. Nobody wants to purposely post their bad days or when they were not looking fine or where they were not wearing makeup. So most people just paint that idea of this is how they are, this is how they are flexing, this is how they are enjoying life every day. And it leads people, young boys, young people in general, to just do the wrong things to go and meet a standard that is not attainable.
20-year-old Naomi from Plateau State is of the view that apart from the fact that social media can lead to a decline in social skills and emotional intelligence, making it hard for people to develop deep and meaningful relationships, social media has become a breeding ground for spreading false information, with fake news and rumors easily shared across various social media platforms. People are often misguided, leading to confusion, distrust, and chaos. The spread of misinformation can also challenge democratic processes and public trust in institutions.
Some of the youths mostly use the internet for negative things instead of using it for positive things now, and it's very bad for the country. Like some youths today, they market the country, like the things, instead of foreign investors to come to the country and invest, the youth will use the internet to say bad things about the country, and that's making other foreigners to be scared to come to the country to invest because they feel they'll be scammed or something like that. So I think as youths we should learn to say positive things about our country.
A youth leader, Mokhtar Akosile, while estraying and identifying some of the negative use of the social media, said that the social media makes it easy for individuals to stalk and harass others online, emphasizing that cyber stalking and harassment can be traumatizing for victims and can lead to severe legal consequences for the perpetrators, just like negative use of social media can also undermine national development.
And when you talk about investment, it's about confidence that people have in yourself and in your country. If you are placing a fake news on the social media and it is well perceived in other countries like Nigeria is not safe, then there will not be investors to come and invest. And if investors do not come and invest, we cannot have a safer community. We cannot have a grown community that we can call our own. Because what drives the economy is investment. What drives the economy is ability for us to exchange in trades. And that is why government has a whole ministry that is for investment and trades. So government should also divert some kind of advocacy towards reorientation of our young people to make sure that they hold the sanctity and integrity of our country so dear to themselves, because if you cannot protect your country, those outside the country will not protect it for you. It is what you say that they will believe.
Mokhtar also noted that Social media platforms collect vast amounts of personal data which can be sold to third-party companies or used for targeted advertising. This can lead to a decrease in privacy, and people's personal information can be misused by others. Therefore, it is essential to understand these negative effects and take steps to mitigate them. According to him, to ensure a healthier and more balanced use of social media, all hands must be on deck and strive to use social media positively, promoting mental health and well-being and creating a safe and healthy society.
President has signed 35% affirmative action on young people's involvement in politics. So meaning that it is about the youth. Most of the thing we should be talking about is how we young people, you and I, can engage and change the narratives. So if we are not changing the narrative positively, Nigeria will continue to have problem. But because of the social media invention, because of civility, because of exposure, the younger people have a better reasoning to approach. So we can channel that reasoning towards patriotism, towards helping our nation to go. Me, I will not consider any foreign country better than my country. The Japa syndrome is not in my dictionary. Do you understand? So if you now think you want to travel and go to Canada, go to US, what about me that I have no other place to go? If everybody go, who will be in Nigeria? Are you telling me that God has made mistake to say there will be a country called Nigeria? No. It is the will of God to say there will be a black nation, there will be giant of Africa, that will be called Nigeria. So it is now remaining for you and I to hold the sanctity into our hands. Together we can build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
The youth leader also says exposure to misinformation comes with velocity that makes people believe and share information they know is false to signal their political affiliation, disparage perceived opponents, or accrue social rewards. Psychological factors also contribute significantly to this process. People are more likely to share misinformation when it aligns with personal identity or social norms and when it elicits strong emotions.
Information is key, and one of the veritable means of spreading information is through the social media. But you should know the kind of information you are spreading.
All respondents are unanimous that social media